Good morning, friends of HighPointe. Today is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, and it is International Day of Friendship. Let's get ready to celebrate a day of friends. Get yourself comfortable in your seats, and let's follow the video.
Just breathe. Breathe in and out. Recognize all of the thoughts swirling around in your mind. The worries, stresses, fears, anxieties. And then start with breathing. And step outside of yourself for just a moment. Push the mental reset button. See yourself here in this space. Recognize your body, your arms, your legs, your head. See yourself here and know that you can just be. You recognize all these thoughts happening in your mind. They have become like papers thrown all around a room. But you can allow them to be picked up neatly and orderly and file them away. Clear the clutter so you can access any certain thought or idea, but only when you need them. Just listen to these suggestions and count with me. Starting with 5, a sharp and focused mind. 4, freeing yourself of needless worry. 3, presence of mind, right here and now. 2, resolution, order, and clarity. 1, a free and open mind. 2, and now seeing yourself, feeling your breath, recognizing it. Returning here to this very moment. No future or past, only here and now. Again, listen and count with me. 5, sharp, focused. 4, free, no worry. 3, present here and now. 2, order, clarity. 1, mind free and open. Just pause, breathe, and reset anytime, again and again. You will find strength and presence You will be confident. You will be your best self. You can. It's up to you. So, press reset.
Thank you, HighPointe. Where are your friends? Let's find those you share a connection with and say hello. Shake hands, maybe high five, or maybe even develop your own secret handshake. I'll give you a minute. Please have a seat. Today is International Day of Friendship. It was designated by the United Nations General Assembly on July 30th. We step back and get thankful for these relationships worldwide as they promote and encourage peace, happiness, and unity. The UN encourages governments, community groups, and other organizations to coordinate activities and events that celebrate the friendships that we keep close to us. Many events focus on reconciliation, bridging understanding and consensus, and finding comfort in those friendships that feel like home. We live in a tough world between miscommunications, mistreatment, lack of trust, discrimination, and cultural discord. Prioritizing peace seemingly has less of a presence in the global society. There really is no reason for the world not to exist in some harmonious form. We have the United Nations to thank for helping to remind us all that there is some good in this world. We were first introduced to International Day of Friendship in 2011. This special day goes beyond connecting people and builds bridges among cultures, countries, and even ideologies. Friendship and connections are synonymous with bonding, and building those common bonds goes beyond sharing a trait, characteristic, or favorite pastime with another person or group, but also includes promoting a global commitment and understanding of diversity and inclusion. Even in our differences, we can find common ground. Physical appearances, differences of opinions, political views, tastes, music, and more are not reasons to separate people. Relationships are bigger than that, and the UN works to promote kindness and togetherness every July. Celebrating friendships through this things as simple as a brief note, a coffee hangout, going to a concert, or taking a trip to the mall are all ways to find commonalities. Again, we have more in common than we realize. And any kind of idea that minimizes the amount of hatred and disdain spread throughout the world is the kind of idea we want to be shared. We'd like to think that this is something we all have in common. Before the United Nations made its designation, the very first World Friendship Day was proposed in 1958 by the World Friendship Crusade, which is an international civil organization that campaigns to foster peace through culture and friendship. Let's look at International Day of Friendship by the numbers. 22%. The percentage of people who live longer if they have a close friendship network. 2. the average number of best friends an adult has? 1994, the year when the hit television show Friends first aired. 26%, the percentage of people who come into conflict with their friends over something posted online. 2 times the likelihood of women with breast cancer dying if they don't have a network of friends. 9 months, the age at which babies start recognizing friendships. 36%, the percentage of people who quit a habit if their friends quit it too. 7 times, the likelihood of a person being more productive at work if their close friend works there too. 10 to 25, the number of hours a week young adults spend socializing, and 57%, the percentage of teens who make a close friend online. Our weather today, much cooler. Highs only in the low 80s, variable cloudiness with a couple of thunderstorms this afternoon, which could bring hail and damaging winds. Our word of the day today is a friendship word, amiable. It is an adjective which describes a noun. It means someone or something described as amiable is friendly and agreeable. A sentence, both children have amiable dispositions, which makes them easy to travel with. Use the word amiable today in your vocabulary. Our quote of the day today from John Evelyn: friendship is the golden thread that ties the heart of all the world. What do you think of when you look at this 1,000 words picture? Our joke of the day today: what do you get when you combine an elephant with a fish? When you combine an elephant with a fish, you get swimming trunks. Let's find out today in history.
July 30th, 1975. Former Teamsters Union President Jimmy Hoffa disappears in suburban Detroit. His son, James P. Hoffa.
The circumstances involved in his disappearance lead us to the conclusion that we will never see him again.
Although Hoffa is presumed dead, his remains have never been found. Hoffa's son is elected the Teamsters leader more than 2 decades later. 1965.
No longer will older Americans be denied the healing miracle of modern medicine.
President Lyndon Johnson signs Medicare and Medicaid into law. The government programs provide health insurance for America's elderly and poor. 1916. An estimated 2,000 tons of munitions explode on Black Tom Island near Jersey City, New Jersey. Suspicion focuses on German sabotage as the cause of the blast, which kills 7 people 9 months before the United States enters World War I. 1945. Near the end of World War II in the Pacific, a Japanese destroyer torpedoes the USS Indianapolis. Only 316 out of the 1,196 men on board the battlecruiser survive the sinking and shark-infested waters. It happens just after the ship delivers components for the first atomic bomb that the U.S. drops on Hiroshima, Japan, a week later. 1863. Auto pioneer Henry Ford is born near Dearborn, Michigan. Ford's Model T car and assembly line methods revolutionized America's roads and its industry. And 1947.
I'll be back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, the bodybuilder turned movie star who became governor of California, is born in Austria. Today in history, July 30th. Ed Donahue, The Associated Press.
Let's play Would You Rather. It's time to stand up and move around the room. Here is your question today. Would you rather spend the day with a friend at the zoo Or would you rather spend the day with a friend at the movies? If you would rather spend a day with a friend at the zoo, I want you to stand up and move to the whiteboards if you are in Centennial. If you are in Fort Collins and you would rather spend the day with a friend at the zoo, please move towards the fireplace. If you are in either Fort Collins or Centennial and you would rather spend the day with a friend at the movies, stand up and move towards the windows. I'll give you a minute. All right, let's hear from those of you around the room. Let's hear first from those of you by the fireplace or the whiteboards. Why did you say that you would rather spend the day with a friend at the zoo? I'm going to give you some time and your leader will call on you. Let's hear from those of you on the other side. Why did you say that you would rather spend the day with a friend at the movies? I will give you some time and your leader will call on you. Thank you so much. You may return to your seats. It's time for you to share what's on your mind. It's client time. Tell us about your friendships. Tell us about your best friend. Tell us whatever's on your mind. I'll give you some time and your leader will call on you. Let's see what's happening today. In Centennial today, 8 o'clock for enrichment and engagement is arrival time, 9:15. transition to lessons and SCC. This morning, enrichment is at CCC Food Pantry, and engagement is going to Centennial Park. At 9:30, leave for the outings, and then we have a music, country, western for enrichment, and a morning meeting for engagement. At 10 o'clock, enrichment morning meeting. At 10 o'clock, engagement book club. At 10:30, enrichment book club, and at 10:30, engagement music, country music. And at 11 o'clock, lunch for in-house clients. In Fort Collins, enrichment and engagement arrival 8 o'clock. 9:15, transition to lessons and SCC. You are both going to Art for the Heart in Old Town. At 9:30, leave for the outing, enrichment, music, country, western, and engagement morning meeting. At 10 o'clock, morning meeting for enrichment and book club for engagement. At 10:30, book club for enrichment and music, country music for engagement. And at 11 o'clock, lunch for AM in-house clients. This afternoon in Centennial at 11:45, it is transition to afternoon SCC enrichment. You are going to Park Meadows Mall, engagement to Highlands Ranch Library. At 12 o'clock, leave for the outings, and it will be tech and choice activities for those AM clients left in-house. Lunch for returning AM SCC clients. Then at 12:55, it is HighPointe Summer Cinema with the movie City Slickers. At 1:30, we'll have a short intermission and walk around, and then at 1:45, we'll resume the movie. In Fort Collins, 11:45, it is transition to afternoon SCC enrichment. You are going to Loveland Museum, engagement Shields. At 12 o'clock, leave for the outing, and it is tech and choice activities for those AM in-house clients left. It is also lunch for returning AM SCC clients. Then at 12:55, it is HighPointe Summer Cinema with the movie City Slickers. At 1:30, a short intermission and walk around, and at 1:45, we resume the movie City Slickers. For Centennial Development today at 8 o'clock, arrival at 9:15, transition to lessons and SCC. You are going to Hudson Gardens this morning. 9:30, leave for the outing and morning meeting. 10 o'clock, independent skills. 10:30, art. And 11 o'clock, lunch for AM in-house clients. At 11:45, we will transition to afternoon SCC with Stanley Market as our outing destination. At 12 o'clock, leave for the outing and fitness and movement for those in-house clients. Lunch for returning AM SCC clients. 12:30 is social activities. 1 o'clock, HighPointe Summer Cinema, and your movie today is Rango. At 1:30, a short intermission and walk around, and at 2 o'clock, we will resume the movie. Fort Collins, 8 o'clock arrival. 9:15, transition to lessons and SCC. Your outing today is Lee Martinez Zoo. At 9:30, leave for the outing and morning meeting. At 10 o'clock, independent skills. At 10:30, art. At 11 o'clock, lunch for in-house AM clients. At 11:45, we will transition to afternoon SCC with Lee Martinez Zoo as our outing destination. 12 o'clock, leave for the outing, fitness and movement, and lunch for returning AM SCC clients. At 12:30, social activities. And at 1 o'clock, HighPointe Summer Cinema, your movie Rango. 1:30, intermission walk around. And at 2 o'clock, we will resume the movie. Our daily positive affirmation today, the thing that you want to say over and over: I am energetic and full of life. Thank you. And remember to be the friend that you would want to have.